ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 5th podcast. It is November 30th, 2018. Hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm here with myself, of course, awesome John the best. And we're here. Yeah, John Daiatchi, whatever you want to call itself. And we got Jason over here. Hey, Jason, how's it going?
It's good.
Mr. Zaldus, how are you?
Mr. Zaldus, yeah. And we got, of course, Cody, Perpetually Awake, known on social media, We got that last podcast.
That's me. We are live for episode 5, and we got a smaller house tonight. It's just gonna be the 3 of us. We're gonna do like a little bit more of a relaxed podcast. So we're gonna just talk about some stuff. We're really excited for Smash Bros. Ultimate. We want to talk about some stuff with the Game Awards. So it's gonna be a good one. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
I did nothing.
What number?
All right, so Thanksgiving sucked for all of us. Well, okay.
But I hope everybody else out there,
we hope everyone else
had a good Thanksgiving, and everybody got their bellies full of delicious food. And now we're back.
Got to play some relaxing video games, and
most people got at least a day or two off from work. Hell, you know how it is. So
yeah, so that's cool.
A bonus.
So yeah, you guys just want to dive right into it. You want to talk about the Game Awards? Geoff Keighley's Big Old Game Awards 2018.
Yes.
I do want to talk about
the Dorito Pope Awards. The Dorito Pope Awards is happening.
Has Geoff Keighley always done that? Like, I only watched it when we started watching it back at your house.
It's been so here's the thing. Like, ages ago, they used to actually broadcast it on Spike TV.
Okay. I do kind of remember that a little bit.
Yeah.
We'd watch it.
Yeah, I think we watched it once. I never watched it too much until he went all online with it, because it basically at that point he actually it's actually really respectable, because he basically started taking it all on himself instead of trying to get funding from outside companies or TV companies. He's like, I still want to do this. And he just kind of, he took the initiative, got all the people in the industry that he could. And it ended up being pretty good for the last few years, I'd say. Like the year when they had the VGX with Joel McHale, that was the shit year where it was really bad. That's the one, John, that's the one where Joel McHale, he kept I think that's his name, Joel McHale. He kept insult, just throwing shade at gamers in passing by. It was very awkward and cringy. But the year after that, in the last few years, he's really stepped it up. A lot more people have been kind of taking it seriously. Last year they had some really nice reveals. They revealed Bayonetta 3 and
it felt like last year was it's usually a joke, and then we saw really good things.
I just really like that he called out Konami.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. That was really fucking awesome.
I dig what Geoff Keighley does. He's a big name in the industry at this point, so he kind of has to shill a little bit when you have to, because I feel like you kind of have to do that if you're in the game industry. But with what he's done with the Game Awards last few years, it's nice. So they got the nominees out for 2018. I figure we could just talk about it. I think this is on the 6th, so it's the day before Smash comes out, and it'll be cool because it's at 9 p.m. so we can basically just watch that until Smash comes out at midnight.
A lot of leakers, are going on. Nintendo's gonna bring something for that.
A lot of people are saying Metroid Prime 4 might be at the Game Awards. That's a popular rumor going on.
I read they got a lot of progress done, but we haven't heard anything about that. That's on a side note, but
yeah. So there's quite a few categories here we can talk about if you guys just want to go down the list. Game of the Year is, of course, the first one.
Fortnite.
Fortnite is not nominated. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
I think it would be fun if we each just kind of pick what we think, and we'll just go from there.
Well, if you want, so I think what we should do is we should think what we would pick, and then what we actually think is going to win. So, for instance, if I go first, Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably going to win that award. Everyone's fucking talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. Nonstop. Everyone says it's great. It's gotten so many 10 out of 10 reviews.
Yeah.
But if it was my choice, I'd honestly give it to probably Spider-Man or Celeste. Celeste is one of those things where it's cool that it even got nominated, because it's just a little indie game, that kind of blew up over the last year.
Is it sad? I don't know what that is.
No, because like I said, it's an indie game that's like
I'd have to Google it after
this. It's a platformer. It's really cool. Because like Jason, you'd actually probably really like it because the movement is like really cool in it because you can kind of like I guess waveland if you compare it to Smash. So like I'd compare it to like Super Meat Boy with like some kind of Smash Bros level movement, particularly like melee.
Just want to like off topic. There's apparently a very attractive porn star that goes by the name of Celeste. So.
Well, you know.
Yeah, no.
I didn't finish that game, but it's really cool. It's got a nice little story. It's charming. It does really good. A lot of people think it's like one of the best platformers in the last few years. So, good for them for making that game.
On the Switch,
what about you
too,
guys?
it looks like.
Yeah, it's on the Switch. That's where I played it. I actually play it with my GameCube controller because it like the movement does feel like melee. So like
that's cool.
That's
go ahead.
It kind of can use muscle memory. Yeah, Jason, what do you think's gonna win Game of the Year?
And what would you pick?
I'm gonna say fucking Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's kind of like
go with the easy win. You know.
And would you pick that, or what would you pick?
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it either.
Honestly, I haven't played any of the Game of the Year games.
Yep.
I mean, I did the demo for Monster Hunter World. Wasn't a big fan.
I haven't actually played Spider-Man, but I've heard enough good things about it to know that I would probably really like that game. Plus, I loved like Spider-Man 2 back on like the PS2 and GameCube, so like I'm pretty sure I would like it.
Very good things.
I've heard good things about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like,
yeah, I've actually heard some good things about that too, which is really
cool.
Cool because like obviously Assassin's Creed kind of had a rocky few years.
It did,
but,
really bad.
A lot of people are talking good things about Odyssey, yeah. So yeah, John, what would you say?
Me personally, I own all of these games except Celeste, and apparently I own Red Dead. You know that long story.
Wait,
Jason, I don't know if you heard about this.
Yeah, so yesterday,
this is going to be a little tangent.
So Sony, something happened yesterday. I'm sitting here about 8:00, and I get a text from my phone that said you spent money, and I'm like, what do you mean? And I look at it, and there's 2 payments on my account, and it's from Sony Interactive Entertainment. It says I bought Red Dead Redemption 2 and God of War, the new one, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Digitally, and I'm like, no, I didn't. So I go on there and I give him a call and I say, I didn't purchase these items, but sir, they're on your account. And I go, what do you mean? So someone somehow hacked my account and bought me games with my money.
Yeah, right. They bought John games with his own money.
And I'm trying to get my money back.
We looked at all, because at first I thought, when John told me that, I thought like his actual card number got compromised or something. But then when we looked at his account, they literally bought Red Dead Redemption 2 and God of War, which he already had physically.
Yeah.
They bought those 2 games for John's account. So
yeah, and it's really weird. They didn't get anything out of it, so I don't know what kind of joke that is.
Yeah, right. I don't understand. That's what I don't don't get. What do they get out of that?
I spent 2 hours.
I don't know, to spend your money, I guess.
I spent 2 hours canceling my debit card. All this deal. Most people.
I honestly
spent that.
I feel like it might have been an accident. Like it could.
How do you accidentally do that though?
Maybe just somebody. Maybe you signed in on a PS4 with your account or something.
No,
and
like we checked all that too.
Someone
would have to physically log in to my account.
In the device list on his PSN account, it only showed his PS4.
Oh. So I was like, how is that possible? Like, if someone's gonna hack me, at least steal my money and go.
It showed his PS3 and his PS4, and then when we went to mobile, it didn't show anything because John doesn't.
I'm like, how did you do that? That's impressive.
Straight.
It's really weird.
I freaked out, of course, and I removed my debit card, cancel it, all that good stuff. It was just
in like all honesty, I bet your debit card number wasn't even compromised. Like it sounds like somehow they logged into your PSN, but it's better to be safe than sorry. They could buy
games online. They could have just if they figured out what his account information is, but that usually doesn't save
it's just online, it's so weird.
Yeah,
that
so
is very strange.
Like maybe they thought like they were buying it for themselves, so they were going to steal it, but it went to me.
Yeah,
which doesn't make any sense. Maybe because if they bought it, they can log into my account and play the game.
Maybe Shy do it by accident.
I asked her, but she doesn't know how to go about it if she wanted to, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so that's just weird to me. But I think I got it all figured out. I changed it up, and I have two-step authentication.
Yeah,
etc.
For anyone out there who doesn't have two-factor authentication,
I recommend.
It's the best.
Or PayPal, have both.
Some people just think it's a pain to like use your phone for that kind of shit, but two-factor authentication is really good to make sure that you're actually logging into your
Look,
account.
people, your money is your money. Don't let other people use your money.
Right, exactly.
So, but anyways, back to here. I think, man, it's kind of because I've played most of these. Besides, I haven't played Red Dead, but I've watched a lot of stuff. I'd pick God of War myself just because I thought it was an awesome game.
I feel like that's a good option for a lot of people too. I hear a lot of good things about that game.
Just for what it was and what it was worth.
I just think, like Red Dead has like the recency bias, because it's fresh in everyone's mind.
I guess my understanding is who votes on these. I guess is it the people? It's like
a panel of like media. So like it says here, total of 68 media partners, including GameSpot, which we're reading this off of, are voting to decide the winners of the main categories.
Okay, so like if it's popular like that,
it's like a panel of like industry stuff, basically.
Then yeah, Red Dead's up there for what it's worth. So
yeah, I think so too. So
I guess I'm fine with that.
Yeah, before we move on to the rest, disregarding every game on this list, what's the best game you guys played this year? Like, do you have a game that's not on this list that you would like to have won, like, or at least been nominated for it?
What year is it? Oh yeah, 2018. Oh shit. Probably Brawl Out. I mean, no. 2018 has been a year where I really haven't purchased a game that I felt outshined any other game that I had played, to be honest. Just maybe. I guess if I had to pick one, and like I said, shit.
I was trying to see if like I could get like a list.
I caught a few.
I'd give a shout out to Dead Cells because that game was really awesome. Like I've put a lot of hours into Dead Cells. Mm-hmm. And like this isn't even close to like a game of the year type thing, but I did just want to mention like the Fist of the North Star like game that came out. That's on the like the.
I know what game I'd have to say.
That is amazing.
For me, I guess Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Okay. I know it didn't come out.
I don't know if that came out this.
I know it didn't come out, but like this year was my focus on that game particularly.
That's true.
A lot of time into. So I guess I'd go with that.
Dragon Ball Fighters did come out in January. That's right. It did come out this year. So
yeah, there you go. I thought. So.
Yeah, I would toss that up there too because that's the most fun I've had with a fighting game in a while.
And I'm a big DBZ fan. I suck at fighting games.
And obviously, like we're all gonna if this list were to extend to the actual end of the year, we're all gonna pick Smash Bros. Because the three of us are like huge Smash Bros. Fans.
I hate Smash Bros. Brawl up towards that. What about you, Jason?
Play anything else that came out this year or?
No.
Super Mario Brothers 2, baby.
Can you sound anymore? Yeah, let's get.
No, like I get that. I get that feeling too because it's like a lot of kind of, but it's like a lot of modern games don't really appeal to me that much. So like, it is just like fighting games and stuff like that. But
sure.
Next award, best ongoing game. So this is like a game that gets updated continuously. Destiny 2, Fortnite,
fuck it,
No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six Siege. So actually, I'm pretty sure Fortnite may be Rainbow Six. Like,
are you kidding me?
I don't want Fortnite to win.
They're gonna win.
They're gonna win at least one thing.
I want Destiny to win, although I don't think it's going to.
I hate to bring it bad news, but that would be at the bottom.
That are Tom Clancy.
So like,
I don't even Overwatch, to be honest.
I do want to give a shout out to No Man's Sky because I have heard a lot of people saying that game has really like turned around with recent updates. Because when that game came out, everyone shat on it. Everyone shat on No Man's Sky.
I played it for a couple days, and then I was like, "Where's my game?"
Yeah, but I've heard nothing but good things about the updates for that game. So Like people are saying it actually is just kind of like worth checking out again at this point because they've updated stuff. You know, like the whole controversy was like they advertised this massive universe where you probably would never run into somebody, and then like when it came out, that was because like you literally couldn't. The game wasn't coded so you could run into people. And they have added like multiplayer stuff since then apparently. So like
you can have 4 people on a planet, you explore, etc.
They're making good on some of their original promises, which is cool because like in the game industry, stuff like deadlines and shit happen, you know. So like it's cool that we live in like an age where games can get progressively, you know, better over time.
What I would really like out of that game would be if there was like a central hub of like areas to fight bosses or something. It's more of an exploration type game, and you just kind of find. So it kind of felt no matter how many planets you went to. It's kind of just repetitive in the sense of different colors, different mobs, but you didn't really have a main goal except get money, build stuff. But now I feel like they've added a lot of progression and actual things to your character,
which is
your
cool.
friends.
Good for them, you know. Mm-hmm. I think honestly for this award though, Fortnite's probably gonna take it because like Fortnite is one of those games where like everyone and their grandmother knows about it at this point. Like I've heard so many people in public just talking about Fortnite.
Right,
400 to 600 million a month.
Yeah, like skins. They're making crazy money off that game. They really are. Like so,
it's nice. So good for them.
I don't know if I don't really have too much of an opinion on these ones, but Fortnite would probably be the one I would guess is going to win.
Yeah, I would say that too. I just don't want it to, but you know.
No, I don't.
Right.
And like, as far as Overwatch and Tom Clancy, they have been around a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, Fortnite's just the hot shit right now, and it is what it is.
Destiny 2 is a weird nomination because like a lot of people just strongly dislike Destiny 2 compared to the original. Like
they pooped on it. I beat it in a day.
You know, it's been free a few times. Like I don't know. That's a weird choice in my opinion.
I did get it for free a couple weeks ago. So
yeah. Again. So best game direction, they have A Way Out. I don't know what that game is. Detroit Become Human, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2. What is A Way Out, John?
It's a video game with some people.
I'm gonna Google it
and stuff. I believe it's that prison game. Correct?
Oh yeah, okay, that's the co-op one.
And honestly, a lot. It's not really have a lot of replay value, but I hear sitting down with a friend and just
like
working together to beat it is amazing.
This is for like game direction, so you know, like I guess just you know the concept coming to life. Really, I guess.
Yes, that's awesome. That's a really good job.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about that. I also think Detroit did really well for them.
Really cool story based.
I want to play that game. Have you played it, John?
No, I guess I've had people that had it.
It was cheap on Black Friday, and I kind of should have bought it because it was only like
I've been wanting to play it too. And like, you know, a game's doing well when you see like one of these new games get released, and then you see like a lot of people like cosplaying it, and there were a lot of people.
When we went to Youmacon, there was so many Detroit cosplayers. It was really cool because it's like I didn't expect that at all.
They look really sweet. Yeah.
If any of you have ever played Until Dawn, it's kind of like that decision making, and your decision actually changes the outcome of everything. And you can replay it because there's different steps each time, and you can just go back and try them a different way. Yeah, it's really cool.
As far as game direction goes, I would say. Like this is a tough one because like they're all pretty, you know, like well, like they did what they wanted to do well. You know, like God of War did that well. A Way Out even did that well. Detroit, Spider-Man, Red Dead.
As far as from God of War down, I feel like that's just it's a game that's a game. If that makes any sense. Like there was nothing new about it. You fight a guy, you win, kind of thing. True. And then Red Dead's an open world. We've had that before. Where A Way Out in Detroit, kind of the concept was taken in a new direction. And it worked.
See, this kind of like I don't even know if I can pick one for this game for this category, but like the very next category is best narrative, and Detroit's nominated for that too. I feel like it has a very good chance of taking that.
Or Life is Strange, because Life is Strange is kind of
So if we bust out the nominees, for best narrative, we got Detroit, God of War, Life is Strange, Marvel, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2.
I hate how they slap the same games over and over to win.
Yeah, like Spider-Man is like on half of these.
Yeah, so is Red Dead. I mean,
Spider-Man and Red Dead are guaranteed to win like at least one. I think God of War should win one.
Did they win more than one? Is that possible? I haven't been part of it.
It is. Yep.
That's what I thought.
They can win anything they're nominated.
Because I think in 2017 or 16, Overwatch won Best Game of the Year, and then etc.
Yeah, I remember that being a little weird too. But
that was weird.
Fucking best. Okay, never mind. I'm getting ahead. No, go on. You guys go on.
Okay.
Getting ahead.
But yeah, I mean, best narrative. What would you guys think? I think it's probably either Detroit or. Honestly, I think Detroit should win it, but it probably won't because, like,
dude, if you had watched some of the gameplay I've seen of Red Dead, just the story, the deftness of that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right because there's a lot of shit going on in Red Dead. Like,
that's like watching a movie, but you're the character. I haven't played
it, but everyone says that kind of shit too. So so
that's kind of what they were going for that too, and that direction was just straight on point. Cowboy Western, you're that, save the town, etc. And I was like, damn. So I'd probably give it to that, but that's just
any comments, Jason, on best narrative?
I want either A Way Out or Detroit to win.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, all right, best art direction. We've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath Traveler.
We were on narrative. Sorry, my bad.
I was gonna say,
Detroit. I didn't realize we got. Okay, yep.
It's okay. So best art direction again: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath Traveler, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Return of Obra Dinn. So I actually, like, in my own personal book, I really liked the art style of Octopath Traveler. Like, I really enjoyed. Like, if there's one thing that game did right, it's the visuals, in my opinion. Return of the Obra Dinn is also like one of those, like,
I don't know what that is.
It's basically it's kind of like a black and white. Like if you just Google it real quick and like look at the pictures.
Yeah. It looks like you're playing a video game through the Game Boy camera.
Exactly. That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's so, really. Like, I mean, that's the direction of this one. It's got nominated for art.
It's got very good art direction, and it's one of those games. It's made by Lucas Pope, who is the guy. He put out Papers, Please a few years ago, which is like another indie game about like this nation where you're basically controlling like border patrol and like people trying to get in at the border, and like you have to. Like it pulls on like your emotions a little bit because like in some cases there's like families who are like desperate to get out of this fictional country that's treating them like shit, but you have to like deny them because that's like they're trying to get in illegally. So like it plays off that kind of shit and tells a pretty decent story while doing it. So. But so yeah, I would like to check out Obra Dinn at some point. It does have a very cool art direction, and I think I would just give the nod to Octopath Traveler because that's a game I spent a lot of time with this year.
It's hard to put these all in perspective because they're all different genres. Like Assassin's Creed is like Olympia, and God of War is kind of. I guess you could compare those two, but then Octopath is its own RPG. Red Dead's.
Right. I just think what Octopath did is pretty unique because they like the lighting and the with the sprites like really I don't know what it is like it just works. It's like
because this isn't gameplay, it's direction.
When I got the collector's edition for that game, it comes with a little pop-up book with all the sprites and stuff, and that's just kind of how I see the game. Like it's a really cool.
It's so sweet. I should
Octopath is fun.
I mean, So like, yeah.
What about you, Jason? Anything on the art direction?
Yeah, I do actually, because I have played Octopath Traveler, but I wanted to I was just kind of like browsing. I was searching all these games, online really quick just to like compare all the art styles.
Yep.
I definitely think Assassin's Creed Odyssey isn't going to take it. It just looks like it could be very dated. It could like it just uses that hyper realistic that just in a few years it's not going to look.
That's kind of how I feel about most of the Assassin's Creed games is that they're just kind of like I don't want to sound like shitting on the franchise or anything, but they're kind of like flavor of the year. And then when the next one comes out, it's like no one's really going to talk about how good Odyssey looked.
It's where they slap them into a different environment. We had last year was Egyptian. This year it's.
Right.
This and that. It's kind of the same thing with different types of genres.
That's the general story of the game. But like I'm saying, like, okay, so like God of War and then Red Dead Redemption 2 are kind of doing that hyper realistic, but they're doing it better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah. Right. So they look good, but I still don't think it's timeless. I think it's gonna like
better
fade.
Yeah, whereas like something like when I look at Obra Dinn, it's like very like unique, you know, and like people are gonna. That's like one of the big selling points for that game is the visual style. You know,
I think the art direction is cool there. I like it, but it's just I don't know. I like Octopath Traveler's art style a lot. I do think it's kind of unique. But I don't think it's like insanely. Oh my god, this is the only game that's ever done this. Because like I played. No. I like me and John. We played Ragnarok Online a lot, and that game is the same thing. It's you have these 2D sprites in a 3D world. It's doing that a lot. It's doing it. Octopath Traveler is doing it really well. Right. There are some things about it I don't like though. Like the way they scale pixels sometimes leaves like jaggies and there's soft edges.
I agree with you.
I don't like that at all. But I think that the overall art direction of the game is really good, and honestly, I would want that to win.
The biggest thing about Octopath that I like is just the lighting engine. Like all of the lighting is really cool in Octopath Traveler.
I agree with you, but honestly, in like some areas, I think it's a little bit too much. There's a little bit too much lighting.
I can see that too. I can see that too.
Yeah, like when you look at that game, I can also compare it to like 3D Game Hero, and that does a similar thing with lighting, and it's just like lots of saturation with the lights.
Yeah, 3D Game Heroes. Yeah, that's I think it's a good thing to compare it to. Actually, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think me personally, I liked playing that game more on handheld than I did on the TV.
Yeah, it looked better.
Me too.
It looked a lot better.
It looked a lot better. To me,
it's weird how that happens, right? Because the resolution will be 720p on the handheld, but it'll be 1080p on your TV. And plus, if you're like John and have a 4K TV, it's going to be like upscaled a little more.
It's upscaled, yeah.
So it kind of just looks like
that's why
not bad, but like when I have it in my
good.
hand, I'm staring at the little pixels, and it's just like bright, colorful. I'm ready to play. You know, so.
I need to get a 4K TV here before long.
So I don't know. Do you guys want to go through the rest of these lists? I mean, that we can. It's bringing up a way to talk about a lot of these games, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, so I just want to give it a heads up before because there's like a million more categories to go.
Yeah, we can go a little quicker.
We'll stop at the esports ones, like and like VR. We don't really care about VR.
Or best family game, or
so we can kind of hop around.
I do want to talk about this one, best music. The nominees are.
What's the difference between that?
Horrible nominees right now. That's all I'm saying. Like this is like Red Dead for the music.
Stand, like so Celeste, God of War, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man for the music.
Well, sorry.
Traveler, and then Red Dead Redemption 2.
Are these the names of the songs particularly, or the artists?
No.
Because I was like, because it says Woody Jackson,
it's the artists. It is that is who did those the scores for those games. Like Bear McCreary, he's like a like a film composer and stuff like that.
I'm a little lost. That's all. I'm good now. I'm good.
So I don't like any of these nominees, to be honest with you. Like Jason said, I really don't. Like Octopath Traveler, again, I played that game, but like the music, it's good.
Okay.
It fits the game. It's okay for what it is. Exactly. Like it's okay for what it is.
It doesn't. That's not fucking Chrono Trigger. You know. I never went into an area and was like, I'm just gonna stay in this area for a while. You know?
Like, okay, here's two that I would give to best audio. That I'm actually kind of upset aren't mentioned here. The first one is kind of obvious why. It's Deltarune. That came out like on Halloween, so like that's the Undertale quote unquote the sequel follow up that Toby Fox put out. It's like a 3-hour game. That's the first chapter of it, but the music in that game is like Toby Fox, the way he did Undertale soundtrack, take that and amplify it to like 100, and it's like even better, and that's how it's so impressive to me about that. But now one game that really offends me that isn't on here for best audio is fucking Tetris Effect. Shit, Tetris Effect's audio, like, oh my god, like me and John, like when we played the demo, and like we're like, this is cool, but then we put on headphones and we're just like, my god.
It's hard to describe this feeling. Like, I hate it, but it's the first game in a long time where I actually kind of felt like the game was taking over my feeling. When I hit a button in a block, it would make a sound. You would feel it in the controller.
Yeah, that's what should be nominated for audio design. That right there should be nominated for audio design. That is audio design because it's responsive to your gameplay. The music changes depending on how fast you play Tetris.
It was amazing.
How many Tetrises you get,
and the colors, the effects. Oh my gosh!
And that Tetris opening fucking song, the I Hear Us Forever. I just wish that song was longer. Like, God,
so good.
Jason, I was lucky because I got the game. Like, I actually ended up pre-ordering it after I played the demo.
Motherfucker.
And I don't like. I got a PS4 theme that has that song.
Yeah, it just plays when it turns the PS4 on.
That's cool. It's so cool. It's like it's my favorite PS4 theme.
I should have got that. That wasn't on a Black Friday deal, unfortunately, because that game.
It wasn't.
But so new.
It's really good. You got to check it out at some point, Jason. Like when it gets a little cheaper,
it's casual, it's fun, and you can just
and like like the controller rumble and everything. It actually has that shit, because Mizuguchi, who did Rez, is like behind this game. And like how they had like the quote unquote like vibrator controller or whatever for Rez on the PS2 that was like supposed to like quote unquote enhance your game experience.
Yeah, the vibrator. Yep, I know about that. It
has like an option to use another controller for that. So like if you want to like set a second controller on your lap or do other things that people are gonna think about when we're talking about vibrating controllers, you can do that with it. Anyway, but yeah, it's really cool. Tetris Effect is a game that I would highly recommend to anyone who is even remotely interested in Tetris, because I feel like it's actually really nice to get away from like the quote unquote competitive online Tetris for a while and just play like a single player Tetris game that I really enjoy.
Naked.
So, good shit to Tetris Effect. As far as what's on this list for best music, I honestly. John, how's the music in God of War? Is it?
It's more sound. It's more sound effects, like to give that
so
atmosphere.
It would make more sense for audio design then, correct?
Yes, kind of same with Red Dead. It's got really good thunderstorm sounds. Like I mean,
so if we move on to audio design, it says Black Ops 4, Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2.
Is Black Ops 4 under audio design?
I don't know. Like
I have that game. I play a lot.
I'm just gonna give the best score to just Ni no Kuni 2 because it's kind of like the odd man out, I guess. I wouldn't give it to Octopath Traveler.
Maybe it's
Celeste, and it's like Celeste has good, but a lot of it's like more like ambient stuff. So it's like it's not like what I would think about is like, oh man, big epic music stuff. Like I think of like I said, like Tetris Effect and all the original songs they did for that game, like that blew me out of the water. So
is that game really anime, Jason? Like what? Neo.
Yeah, well, kinda. I mean, it's like Studio Ghibli. If you want to consider Studio Ghibli anime, it's like an in between. It's like Western and like anime. It's somewhere in the middle.
That doesn't sound bad, honestly.
No, it's a fan. I played a little bit of the first one. I haven't had time to fully play it.
Yeah, I hear those games. I hear those games you sink like a lot of time into. So
I was listening to a little bit of the music while we were talking, and I think it's good. So
good. Cool. Well, then we picked that one. Moving on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm kind of indifferent to those. Like I said, I'm offended that Tetris Effect isn't nominated for either of those categories.
I strongly agree with you.
I'm very offended.
Yeah, why the fuck didn't they put that up there? Like
because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if I scroll down, like it's nominated. It's nominated in the VR category, but it's not in the audio category.
It totally is.
So like that makes no sense to me. But like that is like the obvious one for audio design in my opinion. But moving on. Best performance. This is like for voice actors. I don't really have any opinion on this kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that one.
Kratos, thank you. That was awesome. His voice is amazing.
Kratos is good. And like Yuri Lowenthal did Peter Parker for Spider-Man. That was cool. Like that's about all the opinion I have on that. To be honest,
moving on with Games for Impact.
Games for Impact. I don't know too many of these. There's 1111 Memories. I don't know what that is.
Retold Namco Entertainment.
Let me Google that real quick. 1111 Memories Retold.
You need to look up Florence as well.
Florence. I don't know.
Also, the missing JJ.
I know Celeste. People talk about Celeste in a really impactful way. So
I want to look up the missing JJ.
Florence.
The missing JJ Macfield and
Florence Travel Guide. Is that what it is?
Yes, I hope so. Well, it says mountain/game interactive.
It looks different.
I don't know if I have too many opinions on this because the only one I played on this list is Celeste.
about life and love. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. It looks like a drawn by like the Curious Storage guy.
Yeah, the art style looks like pretty neat. I wouldn't be mad about checking that out. That sounds cool. Like I like story-driven games like that.
It's the game. It's just called The Missing, and then add the underscore. I see.
It looks kind of cool.
It's a platformer.
Burly man.
Like I said, I don't think I have an opinion on this because the only one I played is Celeste. I've heard a lot of good things about Celeste, and I haven't finished the story, but a lot of people say that's really good too by the time you get to the end. So, if anyone out there wants to hear the full list of nominees, it's 1111 Memories, Celeste, Florence, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1, and The Missing. So, games for impact.
Well, we suck because none of those impacted us.
Yeah, best indie game. There's Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, Return to the Oberdin, and The Messenger. This is actually a category. I played 4 of these. 3 of these, sorry. I'm familiar with Oberdin, but I didn't play it. I would give this to Dead Cells. Like, Dead Cells is if you guys want... Like,
I hate that game.
Yeah, it's got cells.
I don't like it. I don't like it, Cody. Stop mentioning it. It's bad.
Yeah. Dead Cells is a game where
I haven't played it at all. I don't know.
You actually would really like that game as much as you like Symphony of the Night because
you hate it.
I love Symphony of the Night, Cody. Don't do that to me.
It's like you get a lot of the same gameplay feel. Like if I had to compare it, it's like
can you cancel lag? Is there landing lag? That's all I need to know.
Yeah, you can smash.
And you can roll out of jumping. So like there's a lot of movement options for you to play with.
It does look cool.
There's a lot of different weapons. It's all procedurally generated, so it's like one of those roguelites. Yeah, it's a roguelike, and when it's one of those where it's like kind of roguelite because like as you progress further, you're gonna get more upgrades for your character, like more health, more of that kind of stuff every time you respawn.
Hard as fuck.
It's very hard. It's very difficult, but it's very fun. I really enjoyed that game a lot. I would recommend that. I don't know if it's still on sale. It was on sale not too long ago.
Because
I played the Switch version. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend that game. I played Celeste again. I didn't finish it, so I don't have too much of an opinion. But The Messenger is amazing. Like I love The Messenger also, so I would give this to either Dead Cells or The Messenger. The Messenger is like that. It's the indie game that's in the vein of like NES Ninja Gaiden. Where like you play as it's basically like if you've ever played a 2D Ninja Gaiden game for like old school NES, it takes like that kind of concepts and turns it into a really awesome, like the music in that game's really good too because it's all chiptune.
I thought this was the remake of the Paperboy. My bad.
The Messenger. It's a Paperboy remake.
That's right.
It does look cool.
Cool.
I really liked that one also, but I would give the edge to Dead Cells as far as that goes. If anyone is even remotely interested in Dead Cells, you should try it out because it's very, very cool.
Yeah, so. It's good.
I'd give it to Dead Cells.
Yeah, Jason would give it to Dead Cells. Wow.
Best mobile game. Moving on. Best VR game. Moving on.
Wait, hold on, Cody. Can we go back to the mobile games for a second?
Yeah. Jason loves mobile games. All right, give me a chance. What do you got?
Wait, hold on a second, Cody. Can we skip the mobile games?
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, yes, we can.
Fortnite.
Best mobile game.
Fortnite, PUBG, or Reigns
Donut Country.
Donut Country.
What is Donut? No, it's Donut County.
Oh,
County. My bad.
No, I thought it was you play around as donuts. Sorry.
My bad.
I don't care about mobile games.
I don't care. VR gamers here, boys.
VR I'll talk about for 2 seconds. I hear Astrobot is amazing. Beat Saber is fucking awesome. I would love to play that game. And then Tetris Effect was good, but I haven't gotten the chance to play it in VR because I don't have a VR headset. That's all I gotta say. I don't know about the other ones.
We need to talk about Donut Country real quick.
People.
Because I just Googled it, and you're a chicken on a motorcycle.
People are. Oh my! Wait a minute. Anyway, before we Google Donut County, people are saying Astrobot is like the Mario 64 moment of VR, where they're really? Okay, this is real now. Like people are like, this game is the future of VR or whatever. So I want to play that someday when I get a chance.
Game?
Astrobot.
Astrobot, huh?
Yep.
Is it like
It looks like those Sony things.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it is Sony.
So wait, what the fuck is Donut County? I just googled it.
This is some fucking shit.
It's what? Chicken on a bite? What?
On a phone. Anywho, that looked interesting. Let's
never talk about that again. We're done.
Yeah, let's never talk about Donut County again. Action game. Best action game. Black Ops 4, Dead Cells again, Destiny 2,
Forsaken. Wait, isn't this like the expansion or something?
That's the expansion.
Yeah. But might as well just call it Destiny 2.
Far Cry 5 and Mega Man 11. So again, I would really give this to Dead Cells because I loved playing that game. I still like it. Just talking about it makes me want to go play it right now. To be honest with you, Mega Man 11 did a really good job. It was like, Capcom lately has been really hit or miss with what the fuck they're doing. Mega Man 11 was a solid hit for them. Like they did perfectly what they needed to do with that game. So I guess its purpose
for me, because I'm a fan, even though I shouldn't be. Yes, it's gonna be Black Ops because action. I keep going back to it because it is what it is.
Yeah, so, and I feel like that's honestly probably what's gonna win.
For like they added
that'll be the award that Call of Duty wins.
People
this
love
year.
VR, and they added its own VR mode, and then it's got the multiplayer. Just shut up, Jason. You don't know. Yeah, it's really good. JC, you haven't played any of these.
All right, moving on. Best action game. All right, now see this category.
Oh, no. Action adventure.
Action adventure. Yeah, it says best action/adventure game. Okay, now this is the category that I feel like all the games we've been fucking mentioning, like they're all in this one category, but they should have like almost only been in this one category. Right?
Yeah. Wait, no. We just to be clear, the newest out of all of them, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the only one that's been added. Out of all of that,
it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And we already
know Red Dead's going to beat all of them, so I don't understand why we need to talk about it.
Yeah, Red Dead, or honestly, I would like to see like God of War take that one because God of War did really good. But I think if Red Dead wasn't nominated, it would probably go to God of War. But
because like Marvel's Spider-Man is not really an adventure game. You're not on an adventure.
Right,
you're beating bad guys up.
Yeah, like it is.
Tomb Raider might win, to be honest.
I really liked the first Tomb Raider. The remake of the Tomb Raider, the first one they did, was really good. I haven't played the Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
People like undershadowed this, but a lot of people gave it a lot of praise. It's really good.
Yeah, a lot of people love the modern Tomb Raider games. So like it's cool. It's cool that it got nominated. It's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, Dragon Quest?
Yeah, we're in role-playing games. Dragon Quest 11, Monster Hunter World, Octopath Traveler, Ni no Kuni 2, and Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. I don't know what that is.
I know what that is, but
I've heard of it.
I'm gonna give it to Old School RuneScape Mobile.
That's best mobile game. Why didn't you say that? You stupid.
If anyone has memories of RuneScape, you can play Old School RuneScape on your phone nowadays.
By clicking our link below, you can get a free month. No,
I wish, but Old School RuneScape on mobile. Check it out, guys. So I haven't played too many RPGs this year, to be honest with you. I wanted to check out Dragon Quest 11, but I didn't want to pay full price for it. Like I was really mad that they never localized the 3DS version because like that was actually the one I kind of was more excited to play. Weirdly enough,
I'd give it. Yeah,
I honestly didn't even realize it got released. So
right, yeah, that's the other thing. Like it just kind of like came out and like people say it's good, but like I've seen people on my friends list playing it, but like yeah.
I give it to Monster Hunter.
I was gonna say a lot of people would probably give it to Monster Hunter World because that game did a lot of stuff right too. Like Capcom did really good with that shit this year. So
Octopath Traveler, that's the only one I really played.
That game.
I loved that game, but a lot of people didn't. So
I know a lot of people didn't, but there were some really stupid fucking reasons for it. Like I saw like feminists bashing it.
That's all. No,
I was like, why? Shut up.
My major complaint with Octopath Traveler was just how like not connected the stories were between all the characters.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, we've talked about that
together.
Before.
They should have come together to just form a bigger story. There was something that like they all could do together. I don't know why didn't there was a missed opportunity.
Because you could go and pick any four and you just be done. It wouldn't even matter.
But yeah, as far as like combat and stuff, Octopath Traveler is really good in that regard.
The
combat engine is really the combat engine is very good. So
oh gosh, here comes
I love Octopath Traveler. Here's the most
heated ones. I'm gonna let Jason do this one.
No, this is the most landslide category. Like this is there's not even a question to me.
Really,
so Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Dragon Ball Fighters, Soul Calibur 6, and Street Fighter 5 Arcade. See, Soul Calibur is like the maybe. But everyone like that is into fighting games loved Dragon Ball Fighters. Like except for like some of the hardcore shit, like how easy it was. and the new patch. We'll talk about the new patch some other time, Jason. Cross Tag Battle was fun, but it ain't even gonna hold a candle in Dragon Ball Fighters' arena. And I am offended that Street Fighter 5 Arcade is even included on here. Like, well, why? Yeah. Why? It's just because they didn't have any other games to nominate.
This is the year of fighting games, and they gave us that. Like, there's so many other ones they could have chose.
Yup. So, like, Dragon Ball Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters did everything it set out to do and more. You know,
it's a fantastic fighting game, and
the way it looks, the way it sounds, amazing, it is perfect. The voice acting is on point. The fan service is incredible.
Like my life is better because that game exists.
Exactly.
I could not. I would not wish in any scenario for that game to not exist. You know.
I love how way back when the Extreme Butoden came out on the 3DS and Arc System Works did it. Me and you specifically had this conversation where it's they need to do this on console. Arc System Works is work on graphics and stuff through Guilty Gear and all that. They did. They took what they learned with Guilty Gear, that kind of stuff. They made it look beautiful with Dragon Ball's art style. Yeah. And it is, I love that game. It's so much fun.
Sold well. So I think that we're going to see another one. At least I hope to God we see another one.
I hope
fucking characters, man.
Or I hope they do at least if they don't do that soon, they do a season 2 DLC, add a few more characters, 4 more or whatever.
That would be cool.
I would be okay with either, but it's not going to end there.
What I really want though is I want them to fuse the old school Budokai story mode in there somehow.
Yeah,
that would be fucking amazing.
That's the one complaint I had about the game is that the story mode's a little.
Yeah. When you read the patch, what was that, by the way? When it said Daiatchi.
So there's there's actually a tournament thing you can enter now. It's Daiatchi Mokai. So that's the couple cool things about the new Dragon Ball patch is they have that. And it's funny because they have certain rule sets for different tourneys, and it actually goes by time basis. So there's a schedule thing you can look at, and it's starts at 4 p.m. or whatever, and then you can join it at that time. But there's ones that are Yamcha only.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah, they just have little special ones. And then the other cool thing they added in this patch is you can customize your own little room now. So if you have and they let you put up little dummies of the other lobby characters if you want, or stuff that you get. So you can have your own little room. It's kind of like a secret base from Pokemon.
Yeah. Well,
the Blaze Blue
has that.
The Blaze Blue kind of thing. So they added that in this patch too, which is awesome.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
So we're almost through this. We've got best family game. Mario Tennis.
Through it. There's a shit ton.
No, we said we were going to stop at the esports stuff, which is
love esports.
Best family game, I would honestly say that's probably Labo, because I've heard a lot of people with children
serious?
I am serious. A lot of people with children are actually kids are going crazy for that cardboard shit, dude.
That is ass. Super Mario Party or Riot. Gosh damn it.
See, I like Super Mario Party a lot. Personally, if it was my own personal choice, it would be Super Mario Party. But a lot of kids are actually into the Labo stuff. So
kids don't know what they want these days. I'm telling them they want Mario Party and online, but we don't get that. We only get 10 mini games and they suck. Moving on.
I think we'll skip over a strategy game because none of us have played any of those. I know that.
What are you talking about?
Just skip it. Please just skip it.
I think we'll end it with best multiplayer. We've got Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, Fortnite, Monster Hunter World, and Sea of Thieves.
Really? You're not going to assume Fortnite's not going to win that one?
It probably, it honestly probably will. I didn't play too many multiplayer games this year. Obviously, if Smash was out in time for this list, I feel like that would be on the list because Smash is one of like the eternal like multiplayer games. You know, like it is like when you have a Nintendo console, like the multiplayer game that you play on it is Smash Bros.
It is sad that it didn't get released sooner. You know.
Yeah,
fucking,
so like
Nintendo's got.
I don't really know how this works, so hopefully it can like get nominated next year. You know what I mean? Like because it was like
it probably won't though, unless they just the content keeps coming and it's fresh in people's minds. Like maybe
that actually might be a good one for like best ongoing game next year because they're gonna release all the characters, like gradually. So like maybe.
Oh, okay.
Next year, like if Smash can get nominated for something, it might be a good one for best ongoing game. Where they're gonna add,
it is kind of sad like how few
time.
Nintendo games are in this list though.
Because they don't give a poopy.
Well, when you look at it overall, like Nintendo didn't have a very strong year in terms of first party. I feel like.
Oh, and last year they got nominated for like best game, right? With Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey, Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh shit!
Best
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they had a really good. Splatoon 2 was out last year too. They had a really good year for that last year, but this year it was more so like the smaller titles like Mario Tennis, until Smash, of course. Smash is the big one this year that Nintendo's coming out with.
And then they'll kill it with like fucking Metroid or some shit.
Yeah, for sure. I do hope when the Game Awards rolls around next week, they have a trailer for that. I really want to see a trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, Camelot did Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They've done all the Mario. They've done all the Mario Tennis games.
Oh,
so the rest of these categories are ass.
Even the Wii U one. So
jeez.
Yep.
Oh
yep.
no.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah. Anyways, the rest of
You're
these
never gonna
categories.
get to make Golden Sun again.
Shut up, Jason. He's not even in Smash Bros.
They're fucking stuck making Mario.
They're stuck making Mario Tennis. This is their eternal punishment. So yeah, that's the thing. Wait, go on.
I want to talk about why Sonic Fox Side Switch is the best thing in the world and why it's a category.
Best esports moment. Like why? Like why is that?
We're against Go One and DBZ.
Goichi. But that was like
the funniest thing. I need to be on the other side.
It took like 20 minutes for them to fucking do that shit too, because like Goichi was straight up like, no, I don't want to switch sides. So they like flipped a coin and he had to, and then he fucking 3-0'd him.
That's stupid.
Oh wow! Wait, who switched? Who 3-0'd?
So here's the thing, right? Goichi
was beating his ass.
Goichi beat his ass and reset the bracket. And after that, Sonic Fox is like, look. I want to request a side change because apparently there's something you can do in the rule set where you can request for a new
one
set.
Time.
Like you can request a coin flip for which side to play on. So they did that, and the coin flip worked out that Sonic Fox had to switch sides during grand finals of DBZ. And then he 3-0'd Goichi after that.
After he switched sides. So
after he switched sides.
Yeah. And
Goichi like I said, I think honestly it was not so much the side switch as how long it took, because that shit took I swear it was almost half an hour.
It cooled him down.
So and Goichi was probably tilted as fuck after that, he was probably pissed. So so that's why that was a big thing, but it's I don't know why we need an award for this kind of stuff. There's 2 other nominees.
Do any of you guys care about best esports team? If not, we're just gonna skip the rest of this and be.
No, I think we're good as far as the Game Awards goes. I'm looking forward to seeing the show. Hopefully Jeff Keighley's got some good shit up his sleeve. All I'm just gonna say is if it runs over midnight, see you later, Jeff. We're playing Smash.
No. We're not. We're gonna play the Game Awards forever, just so I can see more Death Stranding, which isn't got a game.
All right.
What else we got on that list, Cody?
Good talk. I think what we'll do is we'll take a short break if you guys want to get a snack or whatever.
I'm gonna vibrate my controller.
When it comes back, we can talk about Smash if you want to.
I hate Smash.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the part of the podcast where the three of us just talk about hardcore competitive Smash Bros. And what it means for the future of the scene, what it means for the future of us playing the game, and what it means for the future of Super Smash Bros. In general, because Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is just about 6 days away. So 6 days and like fucking, 8 hours? You know, we're good.
Jesus Christ. Did you read that off a notepad?
No.
Welcome back. I'm going to talk about the game Super Smash Weenie.
Yes, that is exactly what we're going to talk about. So, Smash Ultimate hype check. How hype are you guys for Smash Ultimate?
I'd put it at like a solid 5.
Solid 5.
That's about as big as you'll ever get.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. That's pretty relatively hype. If I was going to go out of 10, I'd go 100 out of 10. That's how hype I am for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What about you, John?
I love Brawl.
Brawl's great. I'm
ready. I'm pumped. Let's get this fucking game.
Let's talk about it. What are you guys the most excited about in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Pichu, yes, thank you, God. Pichu is going to be actually probably kind of a threat. From the footage I've been seeing so far, Pichu looks a little scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Pikachu might end up being scarier, but
yeah, Pikachu's just gonna be a better Pichu. But
Pichu's there. Pichu's there. Yeah. He has the cutest little alt costume. He's got the notched ear.
He's got costumes.
He's got the fucking Team Aqua bandana.
Yeah,
let's go.
So good.
Let's go.
Pichu. I have a fetish for plants.
Oh my God! We're not going to talk about that already.
Can we not talk about?
Can we not go there?
My boys here hate that I love the hedgings. Okay, so
what John's saying is he's going to play Ivysaur. Got it.
Probably because it has Hyper Beam. Clearly, but no, I don't know. I'm excited for everything. It's great. Music.
Charizard looks kind of cool in this game.
He looks like a Pokemon with wings. That's cool.
Yeah. The music, like you said, the music's going to be incredible. Like, there's so much music.
If not for the fact that I can carry it around and just listen to the music, is it enough for me? That's amazing.
Even there's I sent this to Joe the other day, but there's a remix, a new remix for Dragon Spirit in 2018. Like, that's crazy. That's the kind of shit that Smash Bros gets us. Is like, when's the last time you heard anyone fucking talk about Dragon Spirit besides Joe? That's
Joe is so silly.
I love Dragon Spirit, so that song is amazing. They got Mona Pizza back in there, which me and Jason already agree makes this the greatest game of all time.
All right, so that's enough Smash Bros.
Why the hell did they take Mona Pizza out?
I don't know. That was the worst. Like, they had WarioWare in the 3DS version, and Mona Pizza was not on the stage. I was so upset.
Probably was sexist.
Yeah, like, no, that's crazy. So, like, I'm really excited to see what happens as far as the competitive scene goes. A lot of people already have their hands on the game because it was leaked online. Yeah. So,
I don't think it was that it was leaked. It's that, like, I was thinking about this. It's that you can pre-download it. So, like, what if they just pre-downloaded it and then they fucking ripped it and, like, put it online?
They could have done that, but from what I was told is that it's the cartridge version because there's there's that day one patch that's coming out. On day one, and the digital version already has that, like, in the download.
Does it? Oh, okay.
I don't think Nintendo has the power over, like, someone's mistake. Say someone at Walmart gave it to some friend.
Yeah, like
the cartridge version doesn't have that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Not yet. So
I might have to buy a cartridge version.
Just go buy one. I could probably get that hookup. I was heading to Walmart real quick.
What if the fucking wait? Does that mean that we already know what the day one patch is going to be like then?
No, we have no idea. That's what I'm saying.
We have no idea.
All the footage we've seen is prior to patch. They said it's back in October is what they're playing.
I don't know about that, Cody. Like, how do they know that it's in there? Like,
Sakurai has said it. He said
there's like an interview
that the digital version has the patch already included.
Yep.
Yes.
I still have a feeling immediately when the game gets released, there's going to be a fucking patch.
No, there is. That's what they're saying.
There is, but, like, the digital version, because we pre-downloaded it, already has that in it.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying when it gets released, there's still going to be another patch.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah, like probably first week. Like, yeah, definitely.
Oh God, I just turned on my Switch and it's like, your new game is ready to play.
And no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No,
it's not ready for another week. Can we talk about how it's actually only a week away? We've been excited for this game for so long now, and like,
I already got my.
It's crazy to me because like when we waited longer for Smash 4, I don't know how we did it, but like I've been thirsty to play this game.
So, is there a way we can go into the settings of our Discord and check the day that this channel was made?
I don't know. The day that Baco, so Baco,
I know that was May 24th.
We got at least May 24th, where Baco said if they add Ridley to Smash, he's going to buy the game and shove it up his ass. So we're gonna have to, make him follow through on that.
Yeah, I think I can actually check it.
Yeah,
I can check the audit log.
Go check to see.
That would be cool.
For our listeners,
it only goes back to 11/12/2018 when we made.
Okay, so at the beginning of the Smash Ultimate channel is March 8th. Where the reveal was March 8th of 2018, where the inkling, big fiery Smash logo thing happened in that Nintendo Direct. So 8 months.
Oh, it's so close, so little.
Almost 9 months exactly. Actually, it will be 9 months exactly.
Let's see. What do you guys want from this game? Now that you've seen what you're gonna get,
I just want to play, dude. Like I want to play the Belmonts. I want to play Incineroar. I want to play. Can you see it being bad
for any reason? If you had to,
like as far as from our point of view, like if you're not considering just a regular point of view, like we're hardcore Smash fans, and I know we're gonna be playing this game for a long ass time.
Absolutely.
We played Smash 4 for a long ass time.
We had no complaints for Smash 4, and it's better than that already. So.
During the beginning of Smash 4, I was so excited to play that game, It's only like after so long, like this last year for Smash 4 really killed the game for me. Like overall, like between like just, like DLC's done. There's nothing going on with it. The Wii U is dead in the water. Like, there's like no reason to be playing it anymore.
No, it takes like 30 minutes to fucking set that shit up.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't. Even if I wanted to play it, it takes so long to load. Like,
no new tech. No one's really advancing. It just kind of.
And then don't even get me started on Evo Grand Finals. That fucking Bayonetta shit.
It's not fun to watch even. Even like Melee, I don't play as much anymore, but I can still go back and watch competitive still.
And Smash 4 was fun to watch before like a lot of the DLC came out and was so broken.
Yeah, that really sucked when it came out with all the fucking
people
DLC.
were like, what? It was interesting to watch.
I'm hoping we don't get a repeat of that.
I do too. Like, I hope that's not how it's going to happen.
More with the fact that like they'll see progression and they'll change characters.
Because they said they're going to like look at Elite Smash mode, Elite Smash mode, which
is going to be good and bad at the same time, but take it from a grain of salt. So.
I mean, that's how it is with every fighting game, though. There's buffs, there's nerfs. With Smash 4, it was especially interesting, especially like after the 3DS version, how like so much of the core gameplay actually got changed through patches. So I don't know how much, like, if we're going to see that kind of shit come through at some point.
It really did. Like the fucking
with all
shielding,
the all the DI changes and the shield done. Yeah, like it was weird how much it actually changed from the day one patch. And besides the dumbass character shit like Diddy Kong or that glitch where you could fucking glitch people through the stage with Pac-Man on day one.
I'm glad the game isn't split between two different systems now as well. Their main focus is exactly. The Nintendo Switch.
And that's why the stage list is so good. Is because you basically get the best stages from every Smash game on one game. So
it's cool to have Smash on a 3DS, but I mean the Switch is a 3DS.
No poke floats. I'm not buying it.
You're right. I don't know how they didn't do that. That's got to be like a DLC thing, right? Like,
and
probably
saving that for Poke Floats.
Poke Floats of all 800 Pokemon. Anywho,
oh my god, that would be stupid.
So it's just interesting because like the DLC, Sakurai said that Nintendo is picking the DLC. He has no influence on it. Who the fuck are they gonna pick? Like,
they're gonna pick the guy from Ninja Gaiden.
Like, and I don't know if I even fully trust that. Like, I don't know if I trust Nintendo.
I don't trust Sakurai. Sakurai's a fucking troll. After that fucking plant, I don't trust what that man says. Like, I don't care what he says in the interview.
Yeah, the game's not even coming out in 7 days.
What if Sakurai didn't pick the plant?
Yeah, what if Nintendo picked the plant?
What if that was Nintendo?
Maybe they were toking it up and getting high, and they're like, marijuana?
I honestly don't think fucking Sakurai wanted the Piranha Plant in. I think he just,
you don't think so?
I think it was a fucking Nintendo move.
Look at the smile on his face when he plays it.
We need another fucking Mario character.
Well,
yeah,
he was iconic in Mario. Not Waluigi, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, that guy's stupid.
Not Toad.
Not Toad.
He gave
one of the 4 playable characters in New Super Mario Brothers. 2 of them are Toad. But we got a Piranha Plant.
Toad got added to Peach and the Daisy, so you're good.
But I mean, you could still have a fucking playable Toad. That doesn't matter.
Yes.
Right.
It doesn't matter anymore. They fucking put the plant in the game. The plant's a hazard on the other stage.
Just delete the plant. I don't know.
It is a plant. It is a hazard on that one.
It's a hazard on the fucking Mushroom Kingdom stage.
Is that stage in there, Mushroom Kingdom?
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh wow.
So can we have a plant battle?
That's probably what we will do at some point.
We'll get like a counter picked and like the character's scissors, and we just cut them down. We're good. Hessions, man.
So here's a fun question. Because as we know, the game's gonna when you boot the game, you're gonna have 8 characters, the original 8 from the first Smash game. Who are you gonna play with to unlock everybody else? Like Samus. Who are you gonna start with? I figured Jason would say Samus. But I think I'm gonna
Falcon. Is Falcon in there?
No. So
okay.
If we can do this again, if I can remember, I tried to do it the other day and I failed horribly.
Dumb.
Mario, DK, Link, Samus, Pikachu, Kirby, Yoshi, and I always forget one. I don't know why. Mario, DK, Link, Samus, Pikachu,
Fox.
Kirby, Fox.
You're missing one.
Who am I missing? Yoshi. Did I say Yoshi?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Just gotta get it in the show.
It's sad that I actually have to Google this as much Smash as I played in my life, but Mario, DK, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, and Pikachu. There you go. So I already
got the best character in the game. Let's play Pikachu, dog.
Yeah, Pikachu looks like a fucking threat in this game, dude. I'm scared.
Yeah.
As a Falcon main, I'm scared.
Yeah.
That is not going to be a good matchup.
Probably going to play Samus because Link is so heavily changed in this one.
Yeah, I'm definitely either going to play Mario, but I think I'm going to actually bust out the Kong for the beginning.
I think I'll play some Link. I like that bomb idea.
Yeah, I do want to try the new Link at some point, though.
I like it. It looks good. It looks really fucking good.
I'll try him.
He's going to have a lot of cool setups, I feel like.
But I'm going to play Samus because
Samus sucks.
I don't know about that, man.
Well, I'm gonna beat your booty.
I mean, she doesn't look like fucking top tier, but
people are saying a lot of shit, and you got to remember this game is gonna get patched day one. So what people are saying right now might not even matter.
She might not even be in the game.
Exactly.
You
might wake up tomorrow and it was all a fever dream. Super Smash Brothers doesn't exist.
Oh, Super Smash you could have had.
Well, that's what the U stands for.
Yeah, that's right. You never won it again.
So you're gonna play Pikachu, John?
Yeah, I figured or Mario.
I figured you'd say Fox.
Fox. Well, I hear the thing where we're like, we'll have to get used to the not running through people thingy, and I thought that'd be a little weird,
especially with Fox's side B.
Exactly. I'll be like,
that's gonna be weird.
That's fucking weird.
If Fox is fast as tits and I can kick stuff, I'm probably gonna play.
I don't agree with that
for any of the viewers that are or listeners, I should say, but
I'm viewing
that don't know. In Smash Brothers Ultimate, you can no longer run through people who are on the stage, which was a thing in every other Smash game, and it's weird that it's not in this game. Like I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's really going to change. It's going to change neutral somewhat.
I agree with Esam. If you watch that video, to be honest, I agree with him. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he basically, if I remember right, he just said it's not necessarily bad. It's just different. Well, and it could be beneficial in some ways.
Well, they took it as an actual fighting game because any other fighting game you can't run past your opponent. So it's crazy to think that you can get somebody in a corner. You're actually in a corner. And you have to maneuver out. That's genius. So I accept it. But I mean, we could sit here all day.
I was gonna say we can keep talking about it, but at the end of the day, as far as the stuff that's going around the internet right now, I'm not putting too much stock into it because if the game gets patched, it might not matter. And the shit that people are saying is all bullshit anyway. Because people said Chrom was bad, and if I look at the gifs and shit of Chrom going around the internet, that boy got combos. That boy can recover with air dodges. It's going to be way different than what everyone's talking about right now when other people get their hands on the game. So the one thing from the competitive side I'm still concerned about is what stages they're going to play on in tournaments. So that's going to be a weird clusterfuck at the beginning of the game's life where people who are hosting tournaments are all going to be like trying different stage lists.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of how it was for the Wii U one anyway.
Yeah, like, true.
It was really random when it was just the 3DS version.
Yeah, I agree.
Strange.
So here's something we could talk about. Moving on from, well, not really moving on, but side note, I saw the other day on actual news that Congress is kind of trying to make a law where, with the big old loot boxes for video games, and that it's pressuring kids into gambling. And I don't know if you guys' thoughts on that work, because they're going to try and because like Overwatch is one of the big ones, the loot box, and it's just random things. But yeah, they're actually trying to pass a law that says you can't have that in a game.
It's getting bad.
And I'm wondering if
it's gotten real bad.
Because like I watched a few YouTubers and they were like from Britain, and they're like it was on BBC News talking about the United States, how we're gonna make a law that says you can't do that. And I'm like, how's that possible?
It's definitely gotten bad. That's like really all I can say about it is like it has gotten bad. I'm sure there are so many parents who are pissed off at the very concepts, like their kid got a hold of their iPad and like bought fucking a million loot boxes on some game and then like
right. I guess from my perspective, I don't think it mattered, but I mean, yes, it sucks you get something random. Well, you don't have to pay for it, but the option is there. So I don't know where to find line and like, and
it's like, is it gambling because you're just spending money and
you still get something though.
You're not getting physical stuff back. That's the thing. It's like you're not getting.
And you're actually getting something though. Where you gamble, you have a chance to win or lose. You still win something.
Like it still is at heart a form of gambling, but it's not really, because like you don't stand to gain any financial benefit in real life out of it.
Right.
Like, so
it was just weird to me to see that.
It's really bizarre.
It's got to that point where like the government has to step in when it comes to video games, stuff like that.
I'm just wondering, I don't really like, do the game companies need that source of revenue? It's like the price of video games haven't gone up really.
Yeah.
So it's like, yet like they're spending like billions of dollars to make some of these AAA titles. Do they need that revenue? And if
no,
that is
but it's like one of those things where it's like if they can do it, of course they're gonna do it. Yeah,
but can you really say that? Like, no, they don't need it. Like, is $60 like enough? Yeah, I do agree with you. They're gonna do it if they can. Well, I mean, most of them will.
I have just always been against the concept of paying for something that gives you an advantage against other players.
And that's for sure. We've always had that since we were kids.
Usually, like that's kind of understood, and it's just cosmetics.
Right,
like things like Rainbow Six Siege, they're just cosmetics. That's all you get.
And like they're cool, but like I ain't gonna be loot boxing out there.
Yeah, like you were talking about the money. Even
if Smash Bros, like my favorite game, was gonna do a stupid like paid loot box thing, I'd buy like 2 probably, and then I'd
buy 200. But
no,
it says that they investigate that. For example, Overwatch makes $30 billion just off loot boxes over the year past that it's come out, and that's a lot of money for not even doing anything. They didn't even make extra content. It's the same content in the game, just in a box, the chance to get it, and you spend more money to get it. And it's weird.
Yeah, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense because like Overwatch, they didn't need not Overwatch, but I think Fortnite is a better example because
Fortnite you get what you pay for.
Free. Fortnite's free, but they're making all this money
off skins,
off these aesthetics.
It's really weird to me how like this is kind of an unrelated thing, but it's really weird to me how there's like retail things you can buy for Fortnite in stores that come with a download code for the game, but it also comes with like in-game currency. So like it's not a physical copy. They're just selling like a download code in a box for like that and some points.
Have Legos, and then they have actual Nerf guns of the guns itself. I saw for Christmas. Like you can buy like the Scar and merchandising.
It's just really weird to like actually go to a store and look at the video game section and there to be like you can buy Fortnite if you want to, even though it's free. Like, you know what I mean?
Thinking about it though, that is the first game that I can think of that is on every platform and it's free. And then it pressures people to look cooler than everybody else.
It has gotten big enough to the point where it fucking peer pressured Sony into letting them crossplay on the other platforms. Like it's straight.
That is amazing.
If Fortnite wasn't there, that wouldn't have happened. I fully believe that would not have happened with any game.
They wouldn't need to. They wouldn't need to. They're like, fuck it, I'm the best. I'm Sony.
So like I think except for maybe Minecraft, like I'm pretty sure Rocket League will probably eventually follow suit. If they haven't already, I don't actually know. But like
I believe that they did something for Nintendo too. I read there was like a list of things that Fortnite made other companies do that they didn't want to do.
Yeah, so Fortnite is crazy. Like it's crazy.
It's what's crazy to me is that
they're making.
I played another game by Epic and they weren't doing so well. They did so shitty with that game that they sold all their assets, and then Fortnite became so big, and it became well known. And how PUBG was the hot shit, and they got
it was basically just straight up dethroned by Fortnite. There's people that prefer each game individually, but like Fortnite has gotten so huge, like it's crazy.
It's like they play other games and then always go back to Fortnite, no matter what. It's just weird.
It's like when I was at work, like and people would bring up video games. It was always like somebody like Joe Schmo who came into the lobby to do their fucking daily shit would just be like, oh yeah, I play Fortnite, and it's just like, damn, what the at that point I was just like, okay, what the hell is Fortnite? And I figured it out.
And that's about like everyone, like my casual family, they would ask me what I'm doing, or like they would know because their kids would be playing it, and I'm like, I can talk about another game. They'd be like, what are you talking about? I bring up the word Fortnite. It's almost like saying, hey, did you get a car? Or like the common sentence now. It's really gotten to that point. And every casual to extreme gamer type is playing that. Sporty or not, they play it. And it's really weird to me. It's usually a type of game that is set on just a type of people.
I don't like it.
Jason
I don't really
doesn't
like it either. But
I don't mind
it. And this is a game where I'm not just saying I don't like it. Like I played it. Like I picked it up and tried to play it. I just don't think it's that fun.
I didn't really care for it. So like, I mean, that's cool. Like everyone has their opinion.
Fine, yeah.
But it's just crazy that, all things considered, it's gotten as big as it has.
And it keeps going. Yeah. It doesn't die down. They make more money. They had more concurrent players than they did last month than they did the prior month. Usually games go down.
So this okay, here's something that kind of segs back into Smash for a minute. I want to talk about at what point do like games that like ascend into this like popular like status become worthy of like going into Smash Bros, because like people always talk about that shit now, like not with Fortnite but with Minecraft, like everyone's talking about like rumors of Minecraft stuff being in Smash. So like is Minecraft to that point where it would be like
good enough to get in?
Like would Steve get as a character? Like I don't even know, like if Nintendo picked it, like would they have ever even picked that? Like I doubt it. But like it's just weird because people are like genuinely talking about it in this day and age. Like maybe Steve from Minecraft could get in Smash Bros. And it's like,
I mean,
okay,
like that, yeah.
I'm okay with it. Like I am, because I think you could build a moves. I think you could build a moveset around it. But like people are like, is Steve an iconic game character now? And like I think that he is to an extent, but people don't call him Steve. They call him Minecraft guy. Like. Besides like the toys that explicitly have his name on the package, like casual gamers don't call him that. There's just like, oh, that's the guy from Minecraft. Oh, that's the creeper from Minecraft. Like I don't know. Like that's
so you're
weird.
Wondering like what status do these games have to get to be well enough to get into Smash? Kind of thing?
Like I guess like do you think that could happen? Like not like I guess if we're gonna use that specific example, do you think Steve could get into Smash Bros?
I think. What it comes down to is money. To be completely honest, I know.
Yeah,
it's like Sakurai could look at it and go, "This is my game. I don't like that." But
at this point, as far as DLC goes, that's a good point.
Like, I give you enough money, you're gonna put toilet paper in, okay?
Because Minecraft is still huge. So like, if they used the Minecraft brand name to try and sell Smash DLC. To smell it. If they use that, like, I could see them making a lot of money off it.
Yeah.
But it's just weird. The thing that's especially crazy to me about this Smash is that every character's in the game, so we're getting 5 new characters. So that's crazy.
Speaking of like that, you would think a character that was a video game that was an indie game, aka Undertale, that made its own case in the stores. Sitting there would make some type of debut in that sense. I mean, I know it wasn't focused on Nintendo, but the fact that
but like at the same time, like Shovel Knight did get in, Shantae got in as a spirit, so like it is a little weird. Like because a lot of people talk about Undertale for Smash 2, and I don't know about that one. See, like that's the thing. It's like could I see Steve getting into Smash Bros? Yes. Could I see Sans getting into Smash Bros? Yeah. No. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like,
crazy.
Where do we draw the line?
Because it was crazy to me because at my Thanksgiving a couple days ago, I talked to my niece and nephews, and they're 13, 14, oldest is 15. And they said, hey, I want to get a Switch. And I said, you got to get Smash Bros? They go, of course. But one of the main games I want to play it for is Undertale. And it really surprised me because it's actually a good following for those kids.
Oh yeah, like Undertale.
It's crazy.
Undertale has done incredibly well as far as like it's getting to that point where like people in just like regular conversations actually do kind of recognize it. Like especially the younger kids. Like one of my old bosses, his kid dressed up as like Sans for Halloween. So like it's like Undertale's gotten big, and like that is actually like as if you get a kid to play Undertale, it's actually like a good thing, like from a like I don't know, because like there's a lot of like violence and shit in games nowadays, and while Undertale has that, like the overall message of the game is incredibly positive. So like
absolutely, and that's just crazy because it's so in depth, that game, of like the storytelling for that message.
That game made me a lifelong fan of Toby Fox for sure. Like
absolutely.
That guy is a fucking wizard. I can't wait to see what he ends up doing with this new game when it eventually does come out, because that first chapter, like the thing they did, I don't know, I think I mentioned it before on the podcast slightly, but like on Halloween is when it happened, and like they basically on the day before, the Undertale Twitter and stuff was like, hey, come back, we're gonna have a survey for you tomorrow about something, and like people are like, oh, okay, because it said like, I'm ready for my next project. I need your opinions to get it to work. And when it comes out, it's not a survey. It's called Survey Program, but it is literally a new game set in the same, questionably in the same universe with some of the same characters.
It's not just questionably. I saw the thing. Like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the point being, it's really good.
Right. Like, that's the thing. It just got everybody talking, and the music is incredible. Like I said, I almost think, like Megalovania, that's the popular song everyone talks about in Undertale. I think some of the songs are almost better. Like World Revolving is amazing. Rude Buster is one of the greatest battle themes. I made that shit my fucking ringtone on my phone. That's how much I love that song.
But besides those two games, I can't really see what else has happened so hot that besides Fortnite.
Well, I think here's the thing. I think as far as indie games go, like
we've topped those.
Like Steve is the only indie game character since Shovel Knight is an assist trophy. Like I would have said he could get in the game because like he is like one of the mascots for indie games these days, like Shovel Knight is like one of the very few Kickstarter success stories where everyone looks back at that and they're like, yeah, that game was fucking awesome.
If you asked me this 5 years ago, I would have said Meat Boy, but that's just me.
Yeah, Meat Boy has sadly gone off the radar, and that's because Team Meat basically is like not a thing anymore. They've got like one of the guys, like Edmund McMillan's doing his own shit, Binding of Isaac, End is Nigh, like all that shit. He's doing by himself now. Great. Yeah. And Meat Boy has like this endless runner game coming out that the other guy's doing, but like I don't have any interest in like that because I don't know. Meat Boy was very iconic at the time because it was a very successful game and it was a very well made game. So, yep.
What about you, JC? Do you just don't care as long as we get new characters?
About what?
DLC for Smash.
I said. Does it bother you if you were to get something like that, or does it, as long as you get a character, it doesn't matter?
If Steve from Minecraft was to get into the game tomorrow, how would you feel?
Would you be mad?
I don't really want him in.
See, like that's the thing, right? It's like a lot of people don't want him in. Like but like it's weird because like Smash Bros is about iconic game characters, and it's like we have to question how iconic is Steve at this point. Like it's weird. It's weird to think about. I'm not even going to try to guess what DLC is going to come out for the game after that fucking Piranha Plant. It could literally be anything. He's going to fucking put a cheeseburger in the game and it's going to like fucking fling ketchup at you. You know what I mean? Like. Right. It's whatever.
Well, there's nothing left.
What would do you guys have a most wanted character left at this point that you want to be added to the game?
Sora.
Sora is a good one. Sora is a very good one. I feel like he would fit perfect.
Plus the time period of Kingdom Hearts 3 after 20 million years of waiting, blah, 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 blah.
I really wanted Bomberman, so that's kind of a sad one. Like, I really thought he would fit amazing.
I mean, he is in.
Yeah, he's in as an assist trophy. I don't know. Like, I got a lot of characters I really wanted, like a Castlevania rep. Like, that's amazing.
A lot of people are trying to step the boundaries.
That's why I am so excited to see what's next, because like it's like we've got so many characters in Smash that people wanted that it's like, what is next? Who's coming? Like, you know, like.
But then we don't want to step into another universe. Like everyone says Goku, blah blah blah. I don't see it ever happening in my life.
What about that one? What about that one, Jason? If Goku got in tomorrow, what would you think? What would you think? He's not going to get in, but if he did, how would you react?
Get in.
Okay. I'd be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's actually about how I would.
Jason here just really wants Isaac, and it got ruined. So.
Yeah, I wanted Isaac.
Sad times, because he had such a great.
I think there could be other characters that get into. I mean, from different RPGs, whatever.
Yeah, like I think a Dragon Quest character would be really
Fire
cool.
Emblem would be a good one to pick from.
Monster Hunter. People are saying Monster Hunter, because of all the Monster Hunter content that's already in the game. So like I could see that.
If they add that chick from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite or whatever, that was awesome.
Yeah, like that design from Monster Hunter.
Hell yeah.
I would love to see Phoenix Wright, but I don't think that's ever going to happen either.
Yeah, right. That'd be sweet though. I hate to cut short for me, but I got stuff to do.
I think we are calling it good. This was a really good podcast. I love talking to you guys. So,
I love rubbing my vibrated controller on my butt.
All right, awesome. You're playing Tetris Effect. Is that what you said?
Tetris Effect. That's what
yeah. Enable that second controller option. But John, thank you for joining us. Jason, thank you for joining me in this podcast. Yep. Anything else you want to tell the people? Ricochet 2 coming April 12th. I gotta go, guys. See you later.